Hey everyone, thanks again for watching my first attempt at an interview here with the drummer of Rattus. Not only has he been a big influence in my drum playing style for many years, they're also an amazing band. He's also a great friend. So I hope you enjoy the video. And also, if you guys haven't already, follow me on Instagram. The description is the information is in the description of this video. Over there, I've been posting little shorter clips and shorter videos as well as bands and song recommendations that you guys can help me out with to kind of just think of the next videos and so forth. So other than that, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and consider subscribing, and feel free to share this video. I'm sure there might be interest in seeing an interview with a drummer like Vepe from Rattus. So thanks again for watching, and see you in the next one.
How do I pronounce your name, Vepe? I've always called you VP, Vepe, Velu.
VP, Veli-Pekka Hyvärinen is the real name. Veli-Pekka. Brother Peter in English.
What's that?
Brother Peter.
Brother
Veli,
Peter.
brother, and Peter. Pekka is like a Peter.
Oh, wow. Okay. Good to know. Well, thanks again for taking the time to do this. Like I mentioned earlier, I've never done anything like this, but I appreciate you taking the time to just talk about drums, talk about Rattus, and see what happens. So yeah, tell me a little bit about Rattus. So for those of you that maybe don't know who Rattus is, can you tell us a little bit about the band itself?
We started it was summer 78, and me and Jake started to play, and then we asked Tompa, which is Jake's older brother, and if he might be able to play with us, and he said that yeah, maybe. He was 2 years older. In those days it was quite much, because Jake was 14, I was almost 14, and Tompa was almost 16. And he checked us and he said that okay, he will be in a band, but you have 3 alternatives, because you have to change your name. And he gave us 3 alternatives. First one was Rattus, second one was XYZ or something, and
Okay.
when fortunately we can't even remember the third one, because it was the worst one, I think.
Okay.
And Tompa stole that Rattus from Strangler's LP Rattus Norvegicus.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
And then we started to play. First we were learning to play with Sex Pistols, Buzzcocks, Clash. The first ever song we played was Damned New Rose, and in 1980 we recorded the first 7-inch single, Khomeini Rock, and then we played to 88 and have a break, and accidentally we started again in 2001, and then we played till 2011 with Jake, and after that we have had a new guitar player, and maybe in next spring we will have our next album ready to release.
Oh, very cool. Awesome. So that's 42 years? Since
yeah, maybe, right?
Yeah. 42 years. Wow. It's a long band. Not many bands last that long anymore. So that's awesome to see.
Many don't live so long.
Yeah, exactly. So thanks for sharing that. I never knew that that's where you got your band name from. And so you started it with Tompa, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. And then brought in Jake. Cool.
No. We started with Jake, and then we asked
Tompa. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And are you guys all from the same area, from Helsinki, or?
No, in Vilppula, which is a small village. Maybe in those days there were maybe 7,000 inhabitants.
Okay. Wow.
80 kilometers from Tampere, which is inner town, not in a coast.
Okay, I see. And at the time, so 1978. So let's go back towards that time. who would you say were your biggest influences, I guess, as a band in order for you guys to make the sound that you generated? So what bands around the time made you guys, feel like, hey, this is what we want to sound like?
Yeah. First, there were plenty of them. Of course, Sex Pistols, Clash, and Damned also, and Tompa was very keen in Stranglers and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then we heard about the first record of Discharge, and then everything maybe changed quite much.
Right. Nice.
That couple of US bands from USA, also Minor Threat and Gangrene and something like that.
Oh, very cool. Awesome. But the biggest influences were the beginning were the Stranglers, the Damned, Sex Pistols, those bands, correct?
Yeah.
Very cool. Awesome. And since this is kind of a drum video here, so tell me about the drum set you have behind you. So where are you at right now, and where is that drum set from? Is that something you play with live all the time?
Yeah, this is my third drum set ever. My first drum I bought when I was 13 years old. It was Ludwig, so-called Beatles Ludwig, the same set that Ringo Starr used to have.
Cool.
After that, I bought Pearl set, Mabel set in maybe 81 or 2, and 86 I bought this, but I got this set in 87. I waited 1 year. I was supposed to buy DLX Birch set, but they didn't. They were not able to get it to Finland, and after a year, they said that now they are here. And next day, they called me that sorry, this is the Mabel set, which was a little bit more expensive.
Okay.
But I bought it, and that was good thing, because after that I have never had to change it.
Oh, very cool. So that's that's your first drum set ever?
No.
Oh,
The
okay.
first Ludwig.
After your first Ludwig, okay.
Yeah, and after that one set of one Mabel set by Pearl, and this is my third set.
Oh, okay. What was your first drum set? When did you start playing drums?
I think I was 13 years old.
13. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, do you remember what your first drum set was?
It was Ludwig. American set. How you pronounce it?
Ludwig, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The same kind of set that Ringo Starr from Beatles used to.
Oh, that's the very first one. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. When did you shift to the 3-piece? Because you have a 3-piece, correct? You have the 4-tom.
This is two double drum, bass drums, and 6 toms and something like that. But it's split now. It's here. I have half of them here at home, and the other half is in the training room. I think I started to use this kind of set maybe. Yeah, it's so long time ago. 2001 we started again. I had 2 toms in ahead of me, but maybe when we started to make tours, and when you go to Brazil, you can't expect that they have very large sets.
Oh, okay. Maybe. That's awesome. Well, so when it comes to drums, do you have any drummers or anything that motivated you or influenced your playing style?
I think in the beginning it was one Finnish drummer called Remu. He played in a band called the Hurricanes, which was pronounced in Finland Hurricanes. Okay. And he was very good drummer, but he was very tough guy. And
okay.
And maybe the other one was 81 when I first time saw UK Subs, and that was something that's changed. And I don't know. I have always liked very showy drummers, not very technical drummers.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, and I can tell your playing style. I mean, I've seen you play several times, obviously on tour as well. And I just watched your video when you played Obscene Extreme Fest in Czech Republic, I think it is.
Yeah.
And that was a fun, crazy show. You're throwing your drumsticks everywhere, people on the stage diving, wearing banana suits and everything.
Very crazy festival, yeah.
That was really cool. That's awesome. So being that a lot of drummers watch these videos too, I wanted to ask you, what advice would you think would be something you would give drummers, especially the ones that are probably trying to get started in playing drums now and trying to play, this type of style, hardcore punk, things like that? What would be your best advice?
Difficult question. I'm not a drum teacher, but
Mm-hmm.
okay, first you have to get your tools, practice some techniques, but after you have the tools, you got to do what you really are. Something, not doing the same things that every other drummers do, but
Sure.
something like that.
Yeah, I think that's good advice. I think that's kind of what, for me, that's why I try to influence what I do and put everything that I like into the songs that I like to cover. For the same reasons, just because everybody should have their own type of style put into the drums that they do.
When you play, you just play 100%, not just play.
Exactly. Awesome. And then, since you were talking about practicing, how often do you practice?
Nowadays, not so much. It's very if we have tour or something like that, then I practice maybe 2-3 weeks every day. But like this year, we have had only 2 gigs.
Right.
I haven't played quite much.
Sure. So when you're touring, you practice every day for an hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours?
I played the set twice.
Okay.
Because I have to get my physics in that level that I can do it.
Sure.
Because it's physically very hard.
Yeah, especially because you're singing.
Yeah, and we try to play the songs so that we don't talk shit between the songs. So just play. And
Right.
that's hard.
That is hard.
Yeah.
We were talking a lot about touring, and you've done a lot of tours, obviously, in your lifetime. What would you feel as the most memorable tour that you've done with Rattus?
I think all of them are very memorable. Of course, the first one we spent 1 month in '84 in Europe, and because that was the first long and the longest that we have ever done and we will ever done. And then maybe the first time we were in East Coast US, because it was very long, and we sat in a van in 5,500 miles and gig every day, and of course in West Coast, but the most different for how we live is those tours in Mexico and of course in Brazil.
Yeah. And that I could tell that was really quite an experience. Just from, I've watched a lot of the videos from the tours on YouTube, and you could see, people that comment and stuff like that, how much they remember those concerts back then. And that's awesome. That makes it memorable for them too. That's very cool. So other than that, is there anything that you'd like to share that Rattus is currently doing? You mentioned there was a record, something that you guys are working on. Tell us a little bit about what Rattus is doing.
We have been working with it now 4 years. And
okay.
Now one guy in Germany now has mixed it, and it's almost ready.
Almost ready?
Yeah. And we have also made a bonus record, which we play a couple of our old songs. We have recorded them again, and there are quite famous Finnish singers singing our songs, because we are so old guys and they have been young guys when they have heard those songs, and that's why they wanted to sing those
That's right.
song record.
That's awesome. And when do you guys plan that to be released?
I never know, but I think next spring.
Next spring? Okay,
Yeah.
good.
It
That's
will be
not too far.
released at least in Brazil and in Finland.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Well, again, I really appreciate your time and, answering all the questions. Like I mentioned, I've never done this, but I think it went pretty well. Just talking about drums and Rattus. So thank you again. And hopefully we can do this again some other time too.
Yeah. Thanks for you too.
Of
Take
course.
care.